My name is Erik. I'm a writer, an editor from Long Island. Been living in New York since '99. My grandmother lived downstairs from me and we would do crafts and things together. And one of the things we did was to write little poems. There's sort of been this family tradition of writing in my family. Obviously when you're a kid, one of the first things you do is like write rhyming poems. I think I was one of the very first people in my elementary school to start listening to hip-hop, and I think because I already had that history of rhyming poetry and things, when I was in 11 or 12 I started to like freestyle. Writing has always been the thing that I like to. I never thought I'd make a living from it. Spent 3 years writing a book, and the 5 years previous to that I spent in cafes in Europe writing because I thought that's what you're supposed to do, go be broke and struggle and spend your time being a young revolutionary and then become disenchanted with that and join the system. I always had fun with it, and now it's become this thing that I can actually pay my rent and pay my bills and continue to live a decent life, or at least live the way I want to live. If I had to say that there's one book every man should read, I think it would be Celine. I think modern literature starts pretty much where Celine picked up. He wrote in French argot, and I think people started to say, well, you know, we don't necessarily have to be well-mannered. We could write in the vernacular. I don't think people should write the way they speak, or they shouldn't speak the way they write, but so I think modern literature sort of starts there, and that might be a good place for everybody else, because that's a book that'll never get old. The lesson I've learned over the years from meeting the men that I write about, they didn't work hard at one thing, they worked hard at many things. And then when something worked, when they liked it, and when they had fun with it, they sort of carried on with that, and that seemed to be their way towards success. My personal style is easy and relaxed, not lazy. I don't like things to look brand new. I like it to look as if it's been worn, as if it's mine. Things off the rack never fit me, so I learned quite early that cut was very important. Denim will never go out of style. A really well-made pair of boots will never go out of style. I personally don't think facial hair will ever go out of style. A well-tailored suit will never go out of style. I think the most important thing my father taught me was to learn a trade. He was a house painter. He'd bring me along to paint mostly the many paned windows. They're called mullion windows. So I'd have to paint all those crosses in the windows. It drove me crazy, but being independent, working hard, I think that's probably the best lesson my father taught me. A grooming tip would be, one, keep your fingernails clean. I think long, nasty fingernails are disgusting. And that coming from a working class guy that got blue tattooed on his collar. Because I do wrestling, I also have my face on a mat filled with who knows what kind of bacteria. And so I actually use a face mask. Maybe twice a week I'll put that on to clean all that staph infection and disgusting mat cank out of my pores. Get like a little healthy glow afterwards, so it's good. Wear a mask.